So here are the 5 books that I read in June. Hi friends, welcome back to Pages in Chaos. And here are the 5 books and the ratings that I read in June. First up is The Tide and the Stars by Dylan Roche. This was an arc that I read on NetGalley, and I've read stuff from him before. I read The Purple Bird last year, I believe, by him. I found him on another social media platform, and I just enjoyed his writing. So The Tide and the Stars is about these 2 boys who are servants to this evil witch, and one day they decide to run away and just start their own lives. And I loved this book. I felt like it was done beautifully. It intertwines the themes of just self-confidence and finding out who you are, and the fact that your destiny may be written in the stars, but you have control in the end over your own destiny and what happens to you. And it's all about the adventures that they go on, the lessons that they learn. And I just felt like this is a great book that would resonate with a person that is going into high school or in the early years of high school and just dealing with finding their identity and who they are, and building up their self-confidence and their self-concept in themselves. So the next book that I picked up in June and finished was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This was the 3rd book by Emily Henry that I read, and I really enjoyed it. I know Emily Henry has a lot of people that feel like some of her books might be hit or miss, but so far I love her. I got this book when I went on the Mid-Atlantic book retreat with Krista and Sarah and a whole bunch of other booktubers, and I just finished this so quickly. I think it only took me a few days to finish this. So I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed the enemies to lovers, or not really enemies to lovers, just more like rivals to lovers, and the dynamic between Nora and her sister, and finding out all about her feelings and the fact that she is basically accepting her fate, that she'll never find love after her string of bad luck with everybody that she dates, and she keeps herself at a distance. But I really, really enjoyed this book. The chaos, guys. The chaos. I got Misty here and Nuggets running around with the zoomies. Anyway, 4 stars for book lovers. The next book that I read was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I gave this 5 stars. I really, really enjoy Abby Jimenez. So Yours Truly is the 2nd in the companion series for Part of Your World, and it follows Brianna, who was the best friend of the main character in Part of Your World. And she is this big shot doctor who is up for a promotion at work, and this new doctor gets brought in, and she thinks that she's in competition with him for the job. And just getting to know the characters, and I love that Abby includes mental health representation and in this book, anxiety. And I just love the dynamic between Brianna and Jacob. So this is a fake dating trope, which I normally don't really go to or gravitate to, but I think I will pick up anything by Abby Jimenez. So I'm really, really excited to read the 3rd book in the series just for the summer. So the next book that I read in June is Live and Let Die by Bree Baker. This book was actually a book that we did for a buddy read in the Comfy Cozy Book Club, and it is a cozy mystery set in a beach town. And this series follows Everly, who is just moving back and opening up a business in her hometown of Charm. She was on the road for a while following an old flame, and when that didn't work out, she moves back and opens up a tea business. And in the 1st book, she teams up with, or really she puts herself in the situation of trying to team up with the detective Grady and figuring out who killed the town councilman and why, because she is actually a suspect right off the bat because she was seen having an argument with him the day before. So I just loved this book. It was such a quick read, and I absolutely love the banter between Everly and Grady, and I can't wait to read the rest of the series. I already in July read book 2, and we're going to continue with the buddy read. Each month we're going to read a new book in the series. The last book that I read in June was The Housemaid. So it took me a while to finally get this book. The first time I got it from the library, I had to return it because I had so many other books I was reading and I just couldn't get to it. And then when I put it on hold again, it was a really long wait. But The Housemaid by Frida McFadden is the first in the series, and I gave this 4 stars. This was such a quick read, and this follows a housekeeper who gets hired for this rich couple, even though she has a criminal record, and it just follows this unhinged this unhinged woman that she is hired for. The twists in this book, I just really enjoyed it. So I can't wait to read the second one. I actually put the second one on hold like before I even finished this book, and I'm still waiting. I put the ebook on hold and I put a hold on the library because I don't know which one's going to come in first, but yeah, it's like several months wait, and I'm sure that's the case because the third book just came out. But I am excited to finish this. This is just like a quick little thriller, and I actually want to pick up more by Frida McFadden. I really wasn't that interested. You know, I don't really read a lot of hyped books when they're hyped, but this is a book that I definitely am going to continue the hype with. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you've read any of these books, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you're interested in seeing what my TBR for July was, you can check out one of my previous videos. And I've also been posting what I've been doing throughout the month of July with the Hunger Games readathon. And you can check out those vlogs to see how many of my books on my July TBR I've actually tackled and what I still have left to tackle. That's all I have for today. Bye.